Alrighty, guys, welcome back to MTV TA. For all my new people, welcome for all my returning patrons and students, welcome back. Of course, glad to have you guys here on this great Monday. Wow. Well, guys, I think you guys know what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the Ethereum supernova. So we're going to be going over some metrics, some on-chain data, and some other readings and articles to kind of back up what I'm telling you guys and kind of give some better backing as to what's going on with Ethereum. What is this influx of people? Where is this money coming from? Etc. All the questions I get, we're going to be covering a big bundle of them in this video today. So not to waste any more time, we're going to get right into it. So first, I wanted to start off, guys, with the Google Trends comparison. This is the Google-wide trends of Google between the searches of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just from anyone looking up what does Ethereum do to why is Ethereum useful to is Bitcoin worth still a buy, et cetera, et cetera. You guys can definitely understand that sense. So what we've definitely noticed over the past just week to 2 weeks, since the end of April, leading into May time, we have seen BTC dominance fall quite a bit. And we have seen Ethereum dominance climb quite a bit. So as you can look here, we're kind of having what we're looking like we're going to have is kind of this X intersection pattern between the two. So, people, questions arise now, especially newer people who may have not been here as long and, may have not seen, have caught the parabolic movement of BTC, and they've maybe only caught the declining dominant side, may not understand what's going on. So if you go back in our recent videos, we've been doing this a while, and I'm not going to re-explain for the people who've been here a bit, but we have seen BTC have a cool off. We know that we've had 8 monthly candle closes in a row of green monthlies, so that means we've closed green every single month for the past 6 to 8 months. I believe it's between that range there, and it is now time for BTC to have a cool off. And it's not uncommon to have these multi-week cool offs and have other projects shine, such as Ethereum and Ethereum's army of ecosystems and other projects that it runs and has, possible on its on-chain data. So even going over to the crypto fear and greed index, I definitely like to cover this as well. Now we're seeing 72 greed, 73 from yesterday, 61 from last week, and 70 from last month. So we are seeing BTC dominance still relatively the same. People are still feeling that greed, and they're still bullish on the sense of Bitcoin. And people are now kind of getting the more education now, I think, and they can now see that Bitcoin doesn't need to be moving all the time and doing crazy things to have a good market sentiment in that sense also. So going back to the Google Trends chart, this is something very, very important to see that you are seeing globally. People wonder, what is going on? What is this technology? What does it do? Why is it important? And so on and so on. So that curiosity is now taking the grip of a lot of people globally. And just to take off Bitcoin included, we can now see the search metric volumes of the Google Trends and see, just over, the quick while, the past 12 months, how Ethereum has gained steam, moving into the position it is now. You can see this move from the past week it's had is astronomical. It's just parabolic. That we've had United States, Canada, China, Australia, pretty much all worldwide really get their noggins on, their thinking caps on, and want to explore this technology even further. As it is a little bit more confusing and more in depth, as you guys know, versus Bitcoin utility wise as well. So even to move on from that, I definitely wanted to push these Google Trend metrics just to show the magnitude as to the steam that's being picked up just from as simply as from 1 month ago. From April time, from April time to now, you can see just the push that we've had. And moving over into, I want to go to some today on chain, some cryptocurrency and technology news, as this article definitely breaks down more of the technicals and some data metrics as to what the influx volume of Ethereum, who's buying how much, and so on and so on, and they throw some predictions out there, for the long term and for the short term. You guys know I don't do too much of that, just for reasons as it's just too hard and crazy to even get that ahead of yourself sometimes. So we definitely play it one day at a time, and definitely one day at a time for news as well. So definitely going over to CoinGecko as well, we can see the performance. 40% in the past 7 days. We have seen 7% in the past 24 hours, and you can just see the overall how Ethereum has just been dominating these markets these past couple days. Absolutely melting faces. Didn't even myself no idea that this was even going to have such such a quick run up as this sense. So, all right, Trent, that's cool. Awesome, cool. All the people who got in for Ethereum, you guys are doing well, and blah blah blah, whatever. So why, what are we looking for the future? Because obviously you always say, these things cannot sustain themselves all the time. They need cool-off phase and so on and so on. So actually, we are going to hop into the Ethereum chart. As I do like to do a little bit of TA here and there, and definitely give you guys this side of the technical learning. So as you guys know, we've had plenty of videos as well. For those who are new, you can go back and watch my older videos on RSI explanations and so on and so on. We're not going to go over too much any really much old stuff this video, but you can see our RSI sitting about 82, bit overbought. That we are in a very high overbought territory. So what I'm saying now is that not financial advice, but we need to navigate this a bit with caution. So we've had this ascending triangle for quite a bit. And I remember saying this the other day that, people were, a bit confused as to, well, when you're doing TA, aren't you, kind of just moving the goalposts as they go? Yes, absolutely. You can 100% move the goalposts as you go with technical analysis, because things like we talk about often, cycles they rhyme. They will not do the exact same thing majority of the time, but they will rhyme pretty hard, sometimes up to the 98% or the 99% of the time. They will rhyme identically to their, sister cycle or, the cycle before them. So definitely wanted to get that out of the way. But we've had this ascending triangle for quite a bit, and we have shown this range as to, what Ethereum can bobble in. And, we have seen that baseline of support, from these candle wicks. As, we can see, we've had a whole videos and series of explanations for those who want to go back and watch my old videos. But from right now, we're currently making still all-time highs. I'm making this video. We're sitting at about, we just broke the $4,200 mark, and I'm just gonna give some scenarios that could definitely play out and just kind of give you giving you that safety net before it happens, so you guys know what to expect in this sense. So just for some realistic scenarios as to what can happen. So if Ethereum does, make its correction, falls way down to the top of its wedge that it broke out of, that will put us about 16%. So that drops us to about right back down to 3,500. Not uncommon at all. And if we do that again, we will, let's say we drop about 30%, which is not uncommon at all. That would bring us back inside the channel. That would bring us to about just shy of 3,000. So that puts us about 2,927. And then if we did another one as well, I always like to, draw out multiple scenarios. So it definitely can be something that most people can expect. Let's say we had a 40%er, and that's not even uncommon in this space. You guys, most of you guys have been here a while, know this. This is not uncommon to have these type of corrections. That would put us at about a $2,500 Ethereum. So, not to spook anybody, but we like to be realistic on this channel, and we teach. We do not, throw crazy amounts of, oh my gosh, everyone's making this money, so on, so on. We're very realistic, and we're really about teachings. So these are some realistic playouts as to, what can happen when the cool-off phase does happen for Ethereum. But, as we've talked about multiple times on the channel as well, is that, we've seen Ethereum, if we, here, let's zoom out just a little bit here. Let's go to the 4 hour, actually. Let's do the 4 hour. It's a little bit better. So just we can just show a lot more in this sense. So what we've seen just over, here, let's start even the beginning of April time. We've seen, this happen. This may not, compared to retrospect, what we're looking at now is bunny hills compared to what we're looking at right now. So, we've seen this very staircase step movement that we've seen with Ethereum, to where, it may not seem like it's doing much, but in fact, when we talked about this weeks ago, and we had these conversations, if some of you guys have been in the live streams, that we had seen, these consistent movements that Ethereum has had. And I mentioned Ethereum that it was like a coiled up snake, ready to, it's back against the wall, ready to really tear into the, its predator, who's back against the wall. And that's really still what I thought. That's really what I believed, for a number of reasons. As you can see here throughout this channel, that multiple times it had tested that upper ascending triangle band right here multiple times to break through. And of course, and this is what I love about the Ethereum chart, as you can see now that it's played out, is that you can see this gradual movement over time. You've seen this gradual staircase movement of up, down, test resistance, making sure, levels are good. We're not too heavy breaking the floor. And then, quick movement. Of course, BTC at some of these ranges did affect the price action of Ethereum. That's what Bitcoin does. It will continue to affect a lot of these projects. But, let me not talk too soon, of course, as Ethereum has definitely made its mark as to breaking away from BTC's control. I can definitely say that. But just to not cover this too long again, but I just want to drill this into your guys' heads. You can see this continuous staircase movement that Ethereum has had. And now it's finally had that strike out of the corner, and it's now, showing the skills that Ethereum has, and it's showing the power, that it definitely has. So these are some realistic scenarios. Wanted to bring this up. I just had the RSI in here just to show our relative, and for those who don't know, relative straight index is what RSI stands for. And I didn't want to go too in depth on the Ethereum chart just because we're still in price discovery. No one knows what's going to happen, but just for the downside, we always got to think about the risk in this sense as to what could the consequences be for this type of blow off top. So definitely wanted to cut that off, and we're definitely good on the charts right now. And wanted to go over to this tweet as well from Amir Rozik. DeFi for normies, a simple savings account / lending account. And this is why I think we can have high yields stay around for 6 to 9%. Millennials and Gen Zs are crypto first. With 2 clicks, you can take out a loan and provide capital globally. The supply and demand market for this is huge. So I can 100% agree with this. As someone who works with this technology and done these protocols, this is definitely something that entices people to come over to this space. 6 to 9% for those who are not crazy interest gurus, that is astounding. Most of your average savings accounts for Bank of America, JP Morgan are about 0.70. You're not even getting a full percent most of the time out of your savings account. You're getting more cash back on your credit cards, spending credit with the bank than you are getting your savings account. Just to put that in retrospect for some of you guys as well. And definitely going, okay, we covered the Fear and Greed Index, and we covered our CoinGecko as well. Oh, I had some images as well. Let's hop over to the Patreon, just to kind of give that magnitude and, give some food for thought for a lot of you guys to definitely, push you for this Ethereum incentive, even more. We've talked about it so much on this channel, and I feel like if for good reason, there's a reason I push not push, but I have exposed Ethereum so often and compared it so often to BTC, for not only just its use cases, but its store value portion for, its importance in the cryptocurrency community. So even just going into our Ethereum section, for those who didn't know, this is my Patreon section, and for my Patreon students as well, for those who didn't know, I have these broken off into week 1 TA breakdowns, Ethereum breakdowns, NFTs, etc. I will continue to do that as well with new visuals and images. But even just here, this is from February time. Like I've been keeping this up to date for quite a while, but just for this one, this is one of my favorites. I'm going to pull up some other ones as well. That mapping traditional finance to decentralized finance. I believe this was back in our February live stream. We covered this, and we had like a 5 to 8 minute explanation on this. But really, just take a look here. I'm going to leave this up here for about 15 seconds. Let it grasp. You're seeing everything that you're having with centralized finance and money. Everything that you can do, now in your regular life of finance, that can be translated over to decentralized finance. It's still a work in progress, but a lot of these projects and a lot of these developers who are doing these projects, a lot of these guys will not make it, in the sense of the grand scheme of things. We've seen a lot of stuff going on in the market, from food coins to, Elon coins to just, we're at that cycle in that time in the market where, a lot of people weren't here, during that last crazy 2017 cycle. But this is the party. This is kind of what the party is like, in the sense of, getting to this part and phase of the market cycle. But not to get off topic, but take a grasp, look at this traditional finance to decentralized finance market roadmap that we have. Incredible, right? DeFi on various blockchains. Ethereum is capturing most of it. Not saying any of these other projects are not going to have a future, but right now, for the so being, however long, this is around, which I believe this will be here long, before we clock out for our lifetime. These projects will continue to gain dominance and do great things. Daily active users of DeFi and dApps, Ethereum is killing it. This is even more now. This is an old chart. I'm just showing this for retrospect. And daily transaction volume, just for we've covered also on the channel as to Ethereum scalability, with gas fees and user integration and overall basic user interfaces, and just overall user experience has not been the most amazing for new users on the Ethereum network, but we've talked about it with our EIP rollups and protocols and updates that are coming this summer and continuing for the rest of the year with Ethereum, that these things will get better, and it's already on the roadmap. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So you guys are definitely taking a piece of when investing in Ethereum into the future world of not only decentralized finance but Web 3.0. Massive amounts of life-changing technology that is going to be used, I believe, on a daily basis. So definitely want to go through the Ethereum section. Here's another one which is great. This is another great image that I like to use. These are all on my Patreon, guys, so you guys can, all my students could go through and re-look and kind of get that re-energy from Ethereum and kind of see why it is having such the attention it does. And last one, this is even a really good one as well. This is like this is the sun ray band. So it goes from the forefront, the sun, Ethereum, and then it breaks off into sectors. So there you go from DEXs, to asset management tools, to infracting and developing tools, to services, stable coins, not only just for the US dollar, but just overall throughout the world, exchanges as well. And these are not even half of it. Like this, they just had to compile this into the sense so it all fit on, one screen. So definitely, guys, I hope this was very helpful for a lot of you guys to just kind of take that grip, some food for thought on Ethereum and, what it's about, how it is integrating in our daily lives, and how companies are using this to their advantages, and overall tech, on the tech side, how this is going to benefit us in the long term. So any questions you guys have, of course, always here for it. I believe we're still making all-time highs. No, we're not actually. We're definitely we're still pushing though, as you guys can see. But alrighty, guys, definitely gonna clock out of here. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. This video will be uploaded probably later today, so probably around 3-ish today. But any questions you guys have, reach out. I'm always here. Share this with a friend or family. Do not forget to subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye bye.